They're using that money to come in and buy up our economy and the smaller banks and insurance companies and credit unions. The new reform plan of Obama will give total dictatorial power to a new private board of banks over every part of our economy, from a hot dog stand to a hair salon to a factory to a car dealership. And the truth is, a bipartisan group wants that power. Glenn Beck, we played the clip earlier of you saying we've got to support the banker bailout. Rush Limbaugh wasn't supporting it. Pat Buchanan wasn't supporting it. Lou Dobbs wasn't supporting it. Say what you want about them. 1,000 to 1 phone calls into Congress against that banker bailout. The polls, 99+% against it. But you went on TV and supported it. And I predict you're going to end up, when they plunge the economy again in the next year, you're going to end up supporting Obama on the new Bank of the World, the new regulatory system over our currency, over the interest rates, and over our tax rates. I saw you read from the MIAC report. I'd seen earlier versions a year and a half ago, the DHS report. I said on air before that stuff was even public, I said he's reading from federal reports when he says Ron Paul wants to bomb us with a money bomb. He's dangerous. His followers want to blow things up. Knowing full well money bomb meant a big effect in the info war, a term I coined. You knew what that meant. When Ron Paul had a real chance of winning, and when the media did hit pieces on him, you waded in with the most vicious attacks. You are controlled opposition, and you're to ensure those Tea Parties are under control. Those Tea Parties started with 9/11 Truth 6 years ago in Boston, and then the current political type started 2 years ago in Austin, Texas, against the banker takeover. Almost 2 years ago. A year and 9 months ago. That happened with 9/11 Truth and We Are Change in Austin. And he came in and he co-opted that entire thing. Glenn Beck, I'm here to tell you, you're not fulfilled. I look in your eyes. You're not a happy person. Because I know you were poor and ate ramen noodle and were an alcoholic and lived in a cockroach apartment like you tell people. And then now you got $50 million and $10 million from your book and all this. Great, man. But you even admit you almost died a year ago from an ailment. Really, wouldn't you rather at the end of your life, whenever that comes, next year or 30 years from now, be able to sit back and really know that you stood up for liberty and freedom? Isn't that more valuable than $50 million? I mean, once you got a few million, isn't that enough for you to be comfortable? But see, it's about the status, and it's about being a winner, and it's about being competitive, and it's about showing all those people that didn't believe in you that you are a success. I understand that. I understand that. I understand the road to the dark side, being overly competitive. When I was approached 10 years ago to sell out and be what you are today, the new Rush Limbaugh, but no private Federal Reserve, no New World Order was to be talked about, I was told you can be a star or be on this crusade that's going nowhere. I chose the crusade, and I thank God every day I did the right thing. Glenn, I know you signed a contract. I know the stuff's written for you on the teleprompter. I know this is a Pentagon psyop. I knew what you do with the concentration camps, right down to what fake camp you would show as a straw man. I know you. I study the people controlling you. And you are smart enough to know they plan on destroying you in the end. You're smart enough to know that they're going to build you up and then destroy you in the end. That's their plan. You're even a willing participant in it. Then they'll build you up again later. Glenn, think twice about what you're doing. Think twice about what you're a part of right now. I'm not asking you, because I know you can't go all the way, to be a real patriot like Judge Napolitano. That's why you keep him in the basement. He comes out once a month on your show. That's why he's on the internet. And then they use Brian on there to be the frothing neocon as the counterbalance. Judge Napolitano tells the truth. This banking takeover is a complete takeover of our whole economy. Why don't you have him on more? Why don't you at least not enthusiastically attack Ron Paul when the time comes? Because I know right now you're acting like your buddy, so you have everybody on your side so you can stab him in the back later. I know that's the game some big talk show hosts play with me. Wasn't born yesterday. But the issue here is just try to do whatever you can to redeem yourself, and don't be a Benedict Arnold in the end. We're going to write a more detailed letter to you showing all the bad things you've done, and then showing you these tens of millions of people that are counting on you. You are now the leader. And I know it's all a big joke. You see it as hurting and managing these people, but they've got their trust in you. And I know you work for Fox News. I know you work for News Corp. And I know that you signed the contract. But just don't do it with so much enjoyment in your eyes when you mislead people. And just do what you can to not be pure evil. Because I look at you, I study you, I think you're a talented actor, and I want you to really think twice about what you're doing.